Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. But on this September night, the air crackled with anticipation, not brotherly love. Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, hungry to reclaim the White House. Kamala Harris, the Democratic incumbent, fighting to hold on to it. The 2024 presidential debate. This was their night, the first chance for America to see them go head-to-head. The stakes? Higher than ever. From the moment the candidates took the stage, the tension was palpable. The air was thick with anticipation, and the audience could feel the electricity in the room. Each candidate walked with a purpose, their faces set in determined expressions, ready to battle it out in front of millions of viewers. No polite handshakes, no forced smiles. The usual pretense of camaraderie was absent, replaced by a steely resolve. This was not just a debate, it was a showdown, a clash of ideologies and visions for the future. This was going to be a fight. The candidates were ready to go toe-to-toe, each one prepared to defend their stance and attack their opponent's weaknesses. The stakes were high, and everyone knew it. Moderator Jake Tapper, a seasoned veteran of political battles, had his work cut out for him. With years of experience under his belt, he knew how to navigate the turbulent waters of political discourse. Yet, even he seemed to sense the unique intensity of this particular night. The first question about the economy seemed simple enough. It was anything but. The economy, a topic that affects every citizen, was the perfect starting point to ignite the debate. The candidates knew that their answers would set the tone for the rest of the evening. Trump, in his signature style, went on the offensive, blaming the Harris administration for every economic woe imaginable. He spoke with fervor, his words sharp and direct, aiming to resonate with those who felt left behind. Harris, calm and collected, countered with statistics and a clear plan for recovery. Her demeanor was a stark contrast to Trump's aggression, and she aimed to project confidence and competence. She laid out her vision for economic revival, backed by data and detailed proposals. Round 1 to Harris. But this was just the beginning. The night was young, and the debate had many more rounds to go. Each candidate had their moments, their highs and lows, and the audience was in for a roller coaster of political drama. The battle lines were drawn, and the fight for the future had only just begun. If there was any doubt that this debate would be different, Trump erased it within minutes. Gone was the more subdued Trump of the 2020 debates. This Trump was back in full force, launching personal attacks against Harris, dredging up old controversies, and even throwing in a few conspiracy theories for good measure. He interrupted Harris repeatedly, ignored Tapper's pleas for order, and at one point, even seemed to be on the verge of walking off the stage. It was a performance that shocked even some of his own supporters. Faced with Trump's onslaught, Harris could have easily lost her cool. But she didn't. She met his attacks head-on, calling out his lies and distortions with a calm, steely demeanor. When Trump tried to bait her with personal insults, she deflected them with humor and grace. And when he tried to derail the conversation with outlandish claims, she steered it back to the issues that mattered to voters. It was a performance that impressed even her critics. Immigration, always a hot-button issue, sparked one of the most heated exchanges of the night. Trump, doubling down on his hardline stance, called for even stricter border control measures and promised to finally finish the wall. Harris accused him of fear-mongering and outlined her administration's more humane approach to immigration reform. The back and forth went on for several minutes, with both candidates talking over each other and neither giving an inch. It was a microcosm of the entire debate, two diametrically opposed visions for America, with no easy answers. Healthcare, another issue close to the hearts of many Americans, proved to be a point of contention. The debate stage was set, and the audience watched intently as the candidates took turns discussing their visions for the future of healthcare in the United States. The stakes were high, and the tension in the room was palpable. Harris touted the successes of the Affordable Care Act and promised to expand coverage to even more Americans. She emphasized the importance of building on the progress made under the Obama administration, highlighting the millions of people who gained access to healthcare through the ACA. Harris spoke passionately about the need to protect those with pre-existing conditions and to lower the cost of prescription drugs. Her plan included expanding Medicaid and creating a public option to ensure that every American had access to affordable health care. Trump, on the other hand, offered few concrete details about his own healthcare plan, repeatedly saying he had great ideas but offering no specifics. He claimed that his plan would be better than the ACA, but when asked for details, he often deflected. Trump spoke in broad terms about reducing costs and increasing competition, but he did not provide a clear roadmap for how he would achieve these goals. His statements left many wondering what his actual plan entailed. When pressed for details, he resorted to vague promises and attacks on the socialist healthcare systems of other countries. Trump criticized the healthcare systems in countries like Canada and the United Kingdom, arguing that they were inefficient and provided subpar care. He warned that adopting similar systems in the U.S. would lead to long wait times and reduced quality of care. However, he did not offer a concrete alternative, leaving many viewers frustrated and confused. It was a frustrating exchange for viewers hoping for clear answers on this crucial issue. The audience's frustration was evident as they watched the candidates dodge questions and avoid providing specific solutions. People were left to wonder how the next administration would address the pressing healthcare challenges facing the nation. The debate highlighted the deep divisions and differing philosophies on how to best provide healthcare to all Americans, but it did little to clarify the path forward. The economy dominated much of the debate, with both candidates claiming to have the better plan for American workers. Trump boasted about the stock market's performance during his presidency and promised to bring back manufacturing jobs from overseas. Harris countered by highlighting the rising income inequality and stagnant wages that have plagued the country for decades. She argued that Trump's policies only benefited the wealthy, while her administration was focused on lifting up the middle class. Beyond the policy debates, there were several moments that stood out and are sure to be replayed and analyzed for days to come. These moments, often unscripted and raw, provided a deeper insight into the candidates' true selves, far beyond their prepared statements and rehearsed answers. They revealed the human side of politics, where emotions, vulnerabilities, and genuine reactions came to the forefront. There was the awkward silence when Trump refused to condemn white supremacy. This moment was not just a lapse in speech, but a significant reflection of his stance, or lack thereof, on a critical issue that has been a point of contention throughout his presidency. The silence spoke volumes, leaving the audience and viewers at home in a state of discomfort and disbelief. There was the palpable anger in Harris's voice when she confronted Trump about his administration's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Her words were not just a critique, but a passionate plea for accountability and change. The tension in the room was almost tangible as she laid bare the administration's failures and the devastating impact on countless lives. Her emotional delivery resonated with many, highlighting the urgency and gravity of the situation. And there was the collective gasp from the audience when Trump, in a moment of uncharacteristic vulnerability, admitted that he felt pressure to win the election. This rare glimpse into his psyche was a stark contrast to his usual bravado and confidence. It humanized him in a way that few had seen before, revealing the immense weight and stress of the campaign trail. The audience's reaction was a mix of surprise and empathy as they witnessed a side of Trump that was seldom shown. These unscripted moments, more than any policy discussion, gave viewers a glimpse into the hearts and minds of the two candidates vying for the most powerful office in the world. They reminded us that behind the political facades are real people with real emotions, facing immense pressure and scrutiny. These moments will be dissected and debated, not just for their political implications, but for what they reveal about the character and humanity of the individuals who seek to lead the nation. In the end, it is these raw, unfiltered moments that often leave the most lasting impression, shaping public perception and influencing the course of history. As the debate drew to a close, it was clear that no minds had been changed. Trump's supporters likely cheered his fiery performance, while Harris's supporters were likely reassured by her calm demeanor and command of the issues. But for the undecided voters, the ones who will ultimately decide the election, the debate may have only deepened their sense of uncertainty. In a nation already deeply divided, this debate seemed to highlight those divisions, leaving America to wonder, can we ever truly come together?